Our bad. Hello, everybody. You guys are probably
Or
confused. Uh, I had to reset the stream because I had to fix the thing. So we're gonna show you everything because now I'm gonna have to upload this. So look, here's the Nick the Private Eye. That's who we're making right now. That's our bad. We put in astronauts, basalt monolith. And if you guys want to read what he does, he can't be blocked except by artifact creatures. Whenever him or another artifact creature you control dies, it investigates. So we're playing like a lot of the token makers that we can, and then we're playing like the basalt monolith, frenzied gadgeteer with like walking ballista. And do you want to play like a blue sun or something? I don't know.
yeah, I definitely like a blue sun because we potentially can make a whole bunch of mana. We could play a sad robot because I like just the ramp and draw.
Yeah, but if you guys want to hold on to that. If you guys just want to see the rest of this that we put in so far, uh, the enchantments, instance, and the sorcery. All right, so you said solemn. That makes sense.
What about how do you feel about Unctus? That's actually kind of nifty.
Sure.
Now the thing, its effect is mandatory though. Whenever a blue, what's actually only a blue creatures have that. So if we were playing with a potential not blue artifact creature,
Right, but he can make them blue, right?
yeah, and he just gives other artifact creatures +1/+1, so it's
Yeah.
not a lord effect.
Uh, and then maybe like a burnish chart because it just sacks itself. Seems good.
If we can make a whole bunch of mana, we should totally play Portal to Phyrexia. That card could be kind of a blowout, especially if we could like sack it off and have like a way to reanimate and get artifacts back,
Mm-hmm.
and then replay it.
Did I get the archetype? Hold on. I don't think I did.
Oh, we can also run. This is one I haven't really played with because it's never really came up before, but it's called Research Thief. This is one of the few instances where this one actually is kind of good. It's a draw trigger to combat, but it's only for artifact creatures, but our deck.
Yes. No, that seems good. Do we want like a Memnite, like the or mirror battle sphere?
Oh yeah, I like Mirror Battlesphere. Yeah,
Should we
yeah.
play this stuff to make them cost less? Like at least some of them. Ethereum sculptor.
Oh, yeah, Ethereum Sculptor and uh, it's something of the. Isn't it like something of the Foundry?
Master.
I forgot what the other one was called.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Foundry inspector.
Foundry
And
Inspector.
then
There
there's
he is.
also Joyra's familiar.
Yeah.
Joyra's familiar. Also, isn't there a new creature that gives all artifact creatures like metalcraft or like affinity or something?
Oh, that's the old guy, right? The old card. What? How? Was it Mycosynth something? Man, I'm forgetting all these cards.
No, I'm not thinking of the microsynth. I know the card you're thinking of. Microsynth Garden, the you're thinking of the enchantment. Hello, how's it going?
No, no, I'm thinking of it's a creature that has affinity for artifacts and all your artifact creature spells have affinity for artifacts.
Yeah, because if we're gonna play a lot of artifact creatures, also Meteor
Oh, it's
Golem is
Michael.
probably
It's
good.
Mike. Oh yeah, 100%. It's Mycosynth Golem.
You said Microsynth Golem. Okay.
Hey, if we need like an end game, we could always just play like a Blightsteel Colossus. Like that's just like, hey, we're probably gonna win if you don't exile this, and if you kill it, like okay, it goes back into the deck.
This seems good when you're comboing with Scrap Trawler as well.
Oh yeah, if you have Golem in play, yeah, you that's definitely. Um, we probably could just do like our generic good counter spells for this deck because again we're mono blue.
Is there any other removal we want to play?
Uh,
Is Cityscape Leveler an artifact?
yes.
Okay, let's play that. I like him. Okay, yeah. So Sublime Epiphany. We could also do Archmage's Charm, mono blue.
No, yeah, yeah.
I like Archmage's Charm in mono blue. We also got to get all of our like good mana rocks for monocolored decks.
Yeah.
So Mana Drain because no budget.
Mm.
Disallow.
Arcane Denial.
Counterspell first. Counterspell. Then Arcane Denial. And then the Rift. And then I like hold on, I'll say it in a second. Cyclonic Rift. Resculpt and Reality Shift. Resculpt. Remember this one? Artifact or creature and Reality Shift. Okay. Okay. Alright, so I don't think this is a Nyx Lotus deck.
No, because we have a lot of colorless stuff.
You know, but there's still a good amount of
what about
blue right now.
efficient? What about efficient construction? Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you get a 1/1 Thopter with flying.
Oh, I want all of those. We want all of those effects.
I think that was the last one, really.
Piper?
Oh,
Which one's Piper? Hello, by the way.
yeah, that's one of the new ones.
This one? Whenever Piper
yeah.
deals combat damage, investigate that many times. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Oh!
Oh, yeah, that's pretty. I like that.
That's pretty good. Cool. And we have a lot of ways to give unblockable in this, so that's pretty good.
What about? What do you feel like about Tamio's journal? You think it's a little too slow?
No, I like that. I think this deck is just gonna be slow, so it's not playing against like top decks, and I think like Tamio's Journal is like right in that like league, and the tutor. I mean, it's not slow because you can use it right away, and like with the commander, you should make a lot of clues.
Also, what a cool name, Bjorn Valentine. Bjorn.
Okay, cool.
How do you feel about Artificer class?
Artificer's class? Oh, I know that one. Yes, yeah.
Any Tezzerets you would want to run? This is his domain.
Yes. Probably the Seeker.
There's also that new one that makes, I think, that if you get its ultimate, it's whenever an artifact you control becomes tapped, you get to draw a card.
Let's look. Which one are you talking about?
It's Betrayer of Flesh.
This one?
Yeah.
And it also just draws 2 for 4. Oh, I also like this one. That pluses it makes a 1/1. Because you can 0 and draw 2 cards.
So I got a bunch of stuff because I'm changing my Tarrasque deck into that lands number matter, and my commander got canceled, but I got the tokens, the badgers.
Oh, it's funny. I just got a green sleeves for Tatiova. I took out the
That,
Zendikar Royal. Green sleeves is fun.
yeah, it is.
Okay, so we need all the. We're still gonna play a Nykthos for sure. I mean, we might have enough to use Nyx. It looks like there's still like and we haven't even put everything in yet. There's 72 blue pips, believe it or not. But
we
that,
should also.
but that's counter spells, so we should probably count like ones that'll actually be in play. So that's one
All
currently
right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. And our
All right.
commander is always one at worst. So we can play
Yep.
Nykthos and Nyx
We
Lotus.
play Mox Opal.
Uh, isn't it better to play a Lotus Petal because it can sack itself? Or
Well,
what do you think?
that doesn't matter with our commander is only artifact creature.
Right, but if you're doing the loop, isn't it better to have something that can sack itself? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying for loop. I'm just saying just for
Oh,
generic. Like,
yeah. I mean, he's a 3
Also,
minute.
I didn't realize how expensive Mox Opal has gotten. Still
Damn.
a good card.
Yes,
Still a good card.
All right, so I got the Nyx Lotus. We need Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. Did we get the Nyx Lotus? Did I? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we need the Scepter of Eternal. We're not playing Throne. Actually, for the same reason, we should have enough blue spells because it also counts counter spells and stuff. So it should be fine for because you know that it's stipulated that you can't it has to be for the chosen color. Should we not play it then? Because I mean, we are still gonna have a lot of colorless, but we're also still gonna have like as it showed, we still have a lot of blue. What do you think? What do you feel about this right now?
I don't think we need it. I think we could have.
I think it's better to have like a Gilded Lotus, or
I think we.
go ahead.
I think we have cheaper things that can make as equal amount of mana that doesn't eat up so much of a turn.
Right. I think we should play.
We're in blue. We don't have trouble drawing.
Everflowing Chalice.
Yes, because we want that. Because I like Everflowing this. There's also a card we could run here, which is 500-Year Diary. Because as long as we keep making clues, that it basically it's a clue, so it self taps for its one blue on its own.
Sure.
But for every clue we have, it basically becomes like a
we got it. This one. That was the one we just got. Of Eternal Glory. Are you talking about this one?
Yeah, that thing's. I like that thing. I have that
Oh,
in like 2 decks right now.
So busted. A lot easier to use than the Throne. But also I want to play the copy one, the new Gilded, because that is even better in this, because it gives us 3 artifacts.
Right. I always forget this one.
Isn't there also a Karn that they printed? Is this one good? At the beginning of your upkeep,
yes.
Add colorless for each artifact you control. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells until end of turn. You don't. Yeah, we should play that, right? This card's busted, right?
Because he gets huge.
I see a lot of people play it. And what was the one you said? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was trying to think of the Skyclave Relic. That's what it was. Oh, I know it's Relic something. What about
also? We could play the one that makes the Thopter or makes the constructs. This one. Say it again. Skyclave Relic. That's it.
Yeah.
Skyclave Relic. And then do we want a Sapphire Medallion? What are we thinking?
I mean, if we have enough blue pips to play like Nykthos, that we can make a Sapphire diamond work.
Mm-hmm. Sapphire Medallion. Okay. All right. Did I get a Soul Ring? I did. Okay. Do we want a Thought Vessel?
Yeah, we still want a Thought Vessel.
Thought Vessel. All right. And then there's a lot of lands we can play.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch we can use.
Oh, do we want to play the Ornithopter Paradise?
I'm very mid on Ornithopter Paradise.
Okay. I'm just saying because it's a creature.
I don't know. I know a lot of people like that, and people also like the Palladium Mirror.
You see,
But
I'm mid on it in every deck except for this one because it cares about creatures.
yeah,
We could play
but then again,
Palladium.
I don't like using it as like a because I think is I want to consistently use it as a mana source, and I'd rather play Worn Power Stone because it does the same exact thing, and it's not a creature, so it doesn't die to creature board wipes.
Right, I understand. But when our creatures die to creature board wipes, we make clues, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it's a little different. So I
So I
feel
guess
like,
we could still run it
yeah,
though.
yeah. I think
Or
Ornithopter,
was it the Architect, Grand Architect?
Ornithopter. Why is it not coming up? Oh, there we go.
That's the tap on tap blue creature and makes 2 colorless for artifacts.
Grand Architect. Yep. And then, oh,
I
we
mean, if you
could,
want
we
to,
could, yeah, we might as well just throw Pilly Pala in, right?
yeah, just run the other side of that combo.
Uh, is KCI too much, or am I thinking of the wrong card?
No, we have it in there. Yeah, it's Car Clan Ironworks is in it. We have that
Oh,
combo
oh,
because
yeah, are you,
yeah, because the cool thing about that combo is that it's you could do the creature base with
yes.
Scrap Trawler,
So
Chunk
normally,
Diver.
yeah, normally me and Derek, when we would do like an egg deck like this, it'd be mainly like not creatures, because they're like easily interacted with. But with this commander in particular, they have to be creatures to get the treasure or the clue. So we particularly are going with the creature only combos. Uh, but yeah, it has gone up a lot in money. But that's because of if what's the it's the Nuka Cola machine. Here, I'll show you why it's
Yeah,
gone
yeah,
up so
Nuka
much.
Cola.
The Nuka Cola machine. If you haven't seen this, uh, yeah, this thing. So it's the 3 mana you could pay one to create a food, and then there's whenever you sacrifice a food, create a tap treasure token. So like this is like really dumb with KCI and like Academy Manufacturer. It is broken, yes. This is very broken. And that's why the tap treasure token part doesn't matter with KCI, because he can just sack it right away, so. Yep.
Yeah, but the thing is, yeah.
And
You don't need that usually in some of the KCI builds. Like KCI works fine on its own.
And we're also playing Academy Manufacturer. Because our commander makes clues, so why would we not? Alright. Is there anything else we're missing? Do we want any more mana rocks? Or you think we're good? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sort of a half, 7, 8, 9, and then we got 10.
I think Psalm's in there too.
Yes. 11 and the Ornithopter. Yeah, and then like this kind of counts. It makes mana.
And we have all the reducers.
Yes. Including even the research desk. We should at least. Okay, so let's get some of the lands in. Is there any other sorceries or anything we're missing? We could play a Seagate just cause and a Glasspool Mimic. There's no reason not to.
Mm-hmm.
Cause they're both just good in here. I was thinking about actually putting Seagate in Tatiova.
You don't have it in there, or it's just you don't have space for it.
Yeah, like the lands are really tight. Like I play like 9 fetches, and like between like having to play enough basics to see them every game, and all the other busted lands that are around, and I play Glasspool, Balaged, and Salindi, and those are like way more important. Like, cause Salindi could hit any of my tutors, which is like automatically like usually a win. And then Glasspool is part of like a combo where I go for Nyx Bloom Ancient and copying Nyx Bloom Ancient. And then also it's just good with a lot of the cards aren't legendary really as well. But is there anything else we want to play? Before we get to the lands?
Okay. Well, I was gonna say for the lands, because we were there. I was gonna say, Inventor's Fair, Buried Ruin, Academy Ruins.
Yep, Academy, yeah, Ruins, Buried Ruins. What about so yeah, definitely Inventor's Fair. What about like the Urza Saga?
You know, Urza Saga is okay. I don't know. I like it in more like hardcore combo decks that want to go super fast.
Hmm.
We can play like the long game. The creature it makes is nice though. I just hate losing it.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
Well, we don't have to, but
We put in the maybe board. Like it's still a good card, and like if you spend like a turn making 2 Urza construct tokens, okay, I tucked myself into it. I like it now for this deck.
okay.
Wow, even Ancient Tomb, we need to reprint a bunch of these cards again, man.
Yeah. Are we gonna play Ancient Doom?
I
I
mean, we
mean,
do have
whatever.
some big things. I mean, if we have no budget, you know.
Do
Um,
we want a Cage Sun?
nah, I don't
No.
think we need that.
No, we already have like things that reduce as is. So.
Um, Maybe if we're doing a bunch of like islands, we could do Mystic Sanctuary because like
And Castle.
Castle and Myriad Landscape.
What about the land that makes a creature unblockable?
Oh right, yes,
Oh yeah,
Rogue's
Rogue's
Passage.
Passage.
Yeah, because that isn't also a way we can
Oh
win. We
yeah,
could just go for like,
we didn't even put in Blightsteel yet.
oh, we could play Nettle Cyst. Because remember, our commander can't be blocked by can only be blocked by artifact creatures. So if we have a ton of artifacts and we play Nettle Cyst and make him like a 50-50, like, because it's the
Yes. Yep.
that thing, yeah.
Uh. Uh. And then we also said we
What
wanted
about
Castle.
The Mycosynth Gardens?
Oh,
That's
War Room.
that land that becomes a copy of a,
Yes, we definitely want that.
which is also really cool because technically you're not making a token copy because it's nifty. So it's still a permanent in play.
What about like Treasure Vault?
I guess Treasure Vault could work, yeah. Again, we can also run like Otawara.
Yes, I like that.
Maybe a Darksteel Citadel just for an artifact count for something. And also the
Or
Synod
so
as
you can
well.
or you can sack them, which is nice.
And then there's like Seat of the Synod. Vandal Blast is our worst enemy.
Reliquary Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Anything we missed here?
Um, we got the so we got Otawara and
Oh, we need Odor. And what?
I was gonna say Blast Zone, but we could just run like Cyclonic Rift.
Oh, do we have that in there? Yes. Any of the tutors we won't play, like a trophy mage. A lot of our no.
We could play Murex. Just makes little 1/1 Phyrexian mites. Looking at lands that make artifacts. Hmm.
How do you spell it?
Oh, it's Mirrex. And there's also Urza's Factory, which makes 2/2s, but it takes 7 mana to do that.
Mishra? Which Mishra? Like Mishra's
Mishra's
Factory?
that it just becomes a 2/2 assembly worker.
I think I prefer the flyer ones, like the blink moth and the ink moth, if we were gonna play them.
You just gotta be careful not to put too much colorless. I know
Yeah,
it sounds weird to say, but I actually have random times where in my Urza deck, where if I'm like only 2 blue lands and like 2 colorless lands, I'm like, hmm, it's nice to have these utility lands, but I still need mana colors.
hmm.
How important are our lands? Basically saying, is it worth running a Teleria West just to cycle to get a land?
Uh, well, a Teleria West gets us like a Inventor's Fair that gets us anything, or like a Nykthos
We play
or a
Powered
Caddy.
Artifact. Just thinking of like utility lands that like we could still play that don't super hurt us.
Power Artifact. I mean, that is the thing. How much money is it right now?
It's isn't like 150, $200.
Yep.
200, yeah. What was the other one? Isn't it like Copy Artifact? Or not Copy Artifact, the
Transmute.
Transmute Artifact, that's the one I was thinking of.
It's
Isn't that one like even more expensive?
it's the best. It's the best artifact tutor of all time, because the way it's worded.
You're the best artifact tutor in the world.
Thank you.
Yeah, take that.
I own both of these because I had them for Urza, but the way that it's wording, it's sacrifice. Look at how this is worded, right? Notice
Whenever
that
you
there's
search your library for an artifact card, that mana comes back is less than.
so notice that there's no cost.
Yeah.
No cost. And the way that it checks is you sacrifice the artifact. You don't even pay the mana before you cast the spell. It checks the artifact that you sack, and then you can add the difference for whatever artifact you want to tutor. And it adds the sacrificed artifact to the difference. It is like the best wording for a card of all time. Not a cost. Don't have to add the mana until the spell is resolving.
Yeah,
And
so it's
once
like,
the
does
spell
this
is
resolve?
resolving, it's already too late. It's dumb. That's why it's $300. Because people are playing it in, like, Kanan is, like, the second most popular CDH deck right now. And it's, like, also the, like, has the second most amount of wins. Alright. Okay, 34. That's good. We got 2 MDFCs. We're probably going to have a lot of cuts.
We're in the cut game now.
Yeah, 21 cuts.
We're in the cut game now, boy.
Okay, so what are we thinking?
Excuse my coughing. We take out the commander. We put in Urza.
I mean, obviously, that would be an entirely different deck, though.
Yeah, no. I like the Chromosome Memorial. I like the altered. The inner sun is just like okay for me.
What the
The
uncounterable and get to remember
Yeah.
discover is draw as well.
Yeah, but like, I'm just kind of like I spend my whole turn to play this, and then I don't get something until. Well, I guess you get something at the end of the turn. True.
Yeah, you get something right away, and it's either draw or you get to cast it for free. Card's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I wish it had discovered as well.
I think that would be too much. It basically does. It's a delayed discover, and then you get it every turn.
Is fine. It's either between that Tamio's Journal and.
Do you think
Portals
we
of
cut like one of the unblockable give things unblockable things? Like, because we're playing 3, or do we need to play them all? You think? Archetype and Sun Quan are about the same. I prefer Archetype though because you're gonna run into more flying than you are horsemanship.
We can cut Sun Quan.
Yeah. And then we can probably.
Don't forget we have the other dude that gives all artifact creatures flying as well.
Is there anything else you don't like here?
So yeah, between me, it's a tie between the Inner Sun and Tamio's Journal. For me, like those are both like they're okay.
Hmm.
Tamiyo's, I think Tamiyo's Journal is better in our deck because if we make a bunch of clues early and we play that, we basically have a tutor the turn it enters, which is really nice.
Yeah. Let's look over here first before
We also have
we
40 creatures,
yes.
even though I think one of them's a land.
Yes, the glass pull mimic. So anything you want to cut here?
Maybe we don't need Cyberman Squadron. I don't know, but that seems so good though because the myriad tokens they die, which gives us clue tokens. That
No.
seems really good.
Yeah. Cause how does Myriad work? Do they get exiled or they? What's
No,
up?
you
How's it going?
I thought you sacrificed them. Yeah, what's good?
If you sacrifice them, then we definitely need to keep that guy.
Let me double check. I thought you did sack them. Because I think that was the whole cool thing about giving like it to certain things where they get to just go absolutely nuts. Where are you?
What's up, man?
Whenever a creature with myriad attacks for each opponent other than the defending player, you may create a token's copy of that creature, tap and attacking that player. Oh, it does exile the token at the end of combat. Never mind. I'm bad at this game.
Well,
Delete
but
me.
the thing is,
Delete me.
you can go to combat and like KCI or Ashnod's the tokens. So
True, because it's not till the end of the turn, but still, it doesn't get the value off it just on its own. So
right.
I'm over it. I'm over it.
Okay.
Over it. Oh, I don't care. Oh.
So what else?
Um.
Is this just too me or
Mimi, yeah, like if Light Sail Glasses hits the field, I don't have a way to stop it. They kind of lose the game.
mm,
But which you have two of.
it does take
I feel like
it does take 3 turns to.
maybe you kill the person that's an actual threat and the two people who aren't doing anything. But
Yeah,
I
I
guess
get it.
yeah. I guess if we're trying to streamline, like we do have our combos and we do have our attack thingies, but I guess true, yeah. I think we could swarm the board and go wide.
Yes, this is Nick Valentine. Yes. Okay. So anything else that you don't like?
Uh, mm, no, I think this stuff's all good, and we're keeping Gadgeteer because that works with the Basalt Monolith.
Mm.
All right, what do we do when we have infinite mana with like Pila Pala or
Maybe we
that?
just cut both of those. Well, we have the walking ballista and we have the blue sun, but we also have
Okay.
enough. I think we just cut this one in particular.
Well, I like the other thing because at least he lets us tap creatures to play things out. Because like all,
But they have to be blue, right?
yeah, but we
And
do have
then
a
you
lot of
have
blue stuff.
but then you have to pay a blue to make a blue. I don't know if they're not blue already.
Yeah, but look how many blue things we do have.
Right.
Like a majority of our creatures are actually blue.
Yes, there is a lot of blue creatures.
Because at worst, he's a soul ring on him just by himself.
Hmm.
But again, if we cut out the big expensive things, then maybe we don't need it. Because if we took out like we have only a few bigger drops and we have a lot of ramp already. Man, if only we could play Time Sieve. Time Sieve with a Sharding Sphinx if we have like that gas going.
Yes, that would be really good.
All right, we could cut Architect.
Okay.
All right, for us, have Urza, which is kind of the same thing as the other dude, and except cracked.
Yeah, ours is like 100 times better though.
Man, look at Walking and Ballista going up. We need a reprint of that too. We need a reprint of so many things, and how many of them are artifact based.
Yes.
How do you feel about Artificer's class?
Uh, it's not terrible. It's only the first artifact.
Yeah, I think we got Coastal Piracy because we have the artifact creature that we have. So we have another one that does it. So we're actually probably would be running even more than we normally do. Um, and is mechanized production a meme?
I
I know we always end
mean,
up cutting it. Of all the times we played it, like we've never actually tried to really make it work because I think it's just such an inconsistency to it. Because like,
I don't like the things that like win in the upkeep unless it's like the life gain ones, because like those are so hard to like beat, you know. Like, cause there's so much life, and it's like if you just jam a Felidar out there, it's like okay, like you came at me and like you tried to make my life go down, but like,
kill it.
yeah, this is different. Like it's an aura, like it's easy to, I don't know.
But it does keep making copies of stuff. I don't know. I always want to make it work, but like every time I've tried to make it work and play with it, it just feels so underwhelming. And people immediately get afraid of it because it says win the game. So they're like, remove it, remove what it's attached to, remove your whole board.
Hmm. I know it works
Yeah.
with the clues. That's why we put it in. That's why we put it in the first place. Because you could just
I
win.
think it,
But the problem is you have to go to your next turn. So like anything you do on your turn is invalid if they like are all gonna team up on you because you're about to win. This is why we don't like cards that win in the upkeep a lot of the time. Because unless you're like taking extra turns or have like a Sphinx of the Second Sun that like gives you another beginning phase, which we're probably not gonna play that near. Uh
and there's also depending if we keep our clues, because I guess it depends if we don't have it in our hand and we have extra mana. Like those clues are always nice card draw. There's a lot of
mhm,
stuff that does synergize with having extra clues in play, but if you don't have them in play, you're
mhm.
not inclined to keep them, hoping that you might hit one of those interaction pieces. What about which? Is there any planeswalkers we could get rid of?
Maybe the
Like,
Karn.
yeah, yeah, I'm fine with him. The
Uh
Karn Shark is cool, but whatever. Wow, the other Tezzera's getting up there too.
oh, the Seeker. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, look at him.
it's another thing that tutors Basalt model. I told you,
Yeah,
Kanon is like the number two best like CDH deck right now, and like driving the prices up of a lot of artifact cards. Uh, but yeah,
I like how we have one sorcery and a land sorcery.
yes,
We're blue. Where we're going, we don't need slow.
we can cut a counterspell. In this case, it's probably Arcane Denial because we have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Archmages. Uh, hmm. When this class becomes two, reveal cards. It's a lot of mana to get going. 4 and then 6. That's 10 mana to get to the good effect.
Yeah, I guess I was just kind of okay with it. It seemed nifty, but I'm just like, eh.
It's only the first artifact. Like, we have a lot better reducers.
Yeah, and again, the creature ones work better with our synergies. I know making a copy of some stuff could be really cool, but I think keeping it much in creatures as we can, because it does work with our commander.
Yes. Uh,
And also, if we have Padim, it becomes really hard to interact. I guess, yeah, with Padim, it does make things really hard to interact with.
11 more cards to cut.
Oh, I hate this. I hate this already. I love every one of the. I love artifacts, and I love all these cards, and I want them all the time. Maybe we don't need Skull Clamp. We have all the draw things on damage. The one-time draw if something dies, it's just okay.
It's good with the tokens we make, but, like, it's fine.
And I almost want to
We
keep
have
the
other ways
tokens
to
though.
draw. What about Portal?
Yeah, we got Portal.
It is a great card. It is a great card, don't get me wrong. And it would be nice to have some recursion, but, like, we do
We
kind of
do.
have recursion.
We have Junk Diver,
We
Mirror
have
Retriever,
Emery.
and Emery,
We have
and the
we also have all the lands. Like,
yeah, and just Scrap Trawler in general.
mhm.
So we actually have a lot more than we normally do, and even in our black
Do
decks.
you still like this?
Um,
It's probably better. Like I'd rather cut this than cut an Unctus, right?
uh, okay, my only issue with Unctus, say we swing with like 20 creatures, that means we have to draw 20 cards and discard 20 cards
Hmm.
because that top card is mandatory.
right?
That's my only thing with Unctus, but that
But
also
but
means we
then
dig 25 deep.
and putting things in the graveyard like that doesn't matter so much with us, right?
But we're also not running a deck out mechanic.
That's true.
But
But we do have infinite combos that we can kill all of them.
but yeah, true. And I guess he is an artifact, so we can always get rid of him if we need to.
If we find any of our like basalt monolith like shenanigans, it's definitely better than running one of these or like the Ethereum sculptor or the Master of Ethereum, you know?
I do like Master Ethereum just because he gets trunky.
Yeah. Uh Maybe the Junk Winder? No. He counts with our commander, right? Because
Yeah,
he's
because he
any
makes a
token, right?
token.
He's any
Yep.
token? Right.
Yep. I
Uh
love Junk Winder. It's the amount of decks that we put him in.
I think we just cut the Kappa cannon here.
I think. Okay. He could just murder. He just murders people sometimes, though.
Right, I think we have some other stuff. Like
But
I
yeah,
don't yeah,
I guess we have more control combo-y stuff, and we don't need.
right. We need to focus a little bit, you know? What do we feel about this one? My only thing with it is it's not an artifact. If we were going for more of a like a clue deck, then I think this would be good. Which we probably could have did that. There actually is a lot of blue things that make clues, but we didn't go in that direction. So I think that she doesn't like fit.
Oh, that is a good one. Crypto Thrall. I forgot about that one. That was from the one whenever you cast an artifact creature, draw a card. Right. I didn't. I never really played it in my artifact decks because I don't run as many artifact creatures.
Oh yeah, the spider, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Or
Oh no, I was thinking of something else.
no, there is one that you're thinking of though, Derek.
No. This is just yeah. Other artifacts usually have hexproof. I don't like I like Padim because it also draws you a card. But I guess the one
Yes.
draw on upkeep isn't the most important, and sometimes you don't get there. I think it's connectic. Isn't it connectic scarabs or something? Sorry, that's what I saw. That's what I thought he was talking about. It might be Scarab Swarm or
Whenever another non-token artifact creature or vehicle enters the battlefield under. Yep, that's it right there.
yeah, that's what it is. So maybe we can't take out Padim then, because
Which one?
sometimes Padim Council of Innovation, it doesn't draw cards. It does
Well,
draw cards. The hexproof is nice, but we can also, like you said, run Crypto Thrall, which does the same thing, and it's also an artifact creature.
and sometimes hexproof is better. It's how do you spell it?
It's like cryptic, like cryptocurrency. Oh, that's what it is. It's Crypto Thrall. He's a crypto bro. I think it was one word.
there we go.
And it's same mana though.
Okay. Do we still like Steel Overseer? I think he is better than like the static ones, kind of.
Yeah, because it can keep happening over and over again.
Uh,
It's true. And like I said, it's just a 3 mana lord, and maybe I do like the other one better.
Cause do we think we need like a bunch of lords, or do we think they're gonna get clunky? Cause like we're not playing like so much go wide, you know. Like, and our commander doesn't really do it himself. Like,
I think Sharding Sphinx and like Battlesphere could
oh
get
well,
kind of
those are
wide,
great. Yeah, those are great. Yes.
but then we also just have ways to make it unblockable now.
Sharding Sphinx just goes nuts on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Any of these?
No. See, now Mirrored and Besiege is the one I like because even if we don't do the win thing, we could just make the 1/1s, which I think the 1/1s might arguably be a bit better in this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I like all this stuff, man. I love artifacts. They're so cool. And it's blue. I just want to play all these cards. Let's make a new format. Instead of it called Commander, we'll call it General, and you have a 200 card deck instead. But you could have any two legendaries as your commander or generals. Or no, here's General. You have a legendary as your command as like your general, and then you could have a rare non-legendary creature
Mm-hmm.
paired with it.
We
And
still got
but you have a 200 card deck instead.
that would
Oh,
be
actually, no, we don't have
so
Steel
much to
Hellkite in
sleep.
there. Let's
No,
make it a
we
format
we
top.
instead of Steel Hellkite, we went with the Cityscape Leveler, which is like a little bit more direct and a little bit less board wipey.
Also, we have blue, so we have ways to control with blue,
Yeah.
but with bounce removal and some targeted removal. That's like I like Steel Hellkite in colorless because your removal options are very limited. Like everybody has to run the same ones, and that is one of them.
And we're
But
also
with
playing
blue,
Meteor Golem as well.
yeah. So with blue, we have a little bit more options in there.
Not that I definitely do like Steel Hellkite. All right, we
Oh
got
yeah, I have a Karn deck and I run Steel Hellkite in there and he's fantastic.
7 more cards to cut. I don't know. It's tough.
I mean, yeah, I think we want to stay high in the creature count. Maybe we have to cut out in like our non-creature artifacts a little bit more. I mean, but most of them are all mana rocks.
Some of the mana rocks, I guess.
I don't know, but we already didn't have a ton of ramp as is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like
Cityscape.
14.
Have you seen Cityscape before? It's really good.
It's also a cast trigger, so even if it gets counterspelled, you still get to pop something.
It's actually played in Modern right now because they can tutor it off of Karn from the sideboard.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's what, let me guess, Urza deck? Urza
Tron. It's Tron, yeah.
Yeah, because you like turn for it.
Mm-hmm. Because there's actually still a lot of blue pips, believe it or not. We counted 1, 2, 3, 4,
what are we
5,
down to now?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Still a third of the deck. Still fine. And even and I didn't count the commander, so 34. And even just at the worst, it makes 1 mana. And the reason why we love Nyx Lotus so much in these monocolor decks is because even if it makes 3 mana, like that's crazy for a 4 mana rock. Like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, we have Scepter, but a lot of the time Nyx Lotus just like goes beyond that. And
Yeah,
Nyx Lotus, like if you play like a blue card, it's basically paying for itself. Like if you play Emery after you do a Nyx Lotus, it's like paying for one of the blue by itself because it can accumulate with all the blue stuff.
So what about Gilded Lotus?
We chose the Scepter instead of Gilded. The Scepter of Eternal Glory.
Yeah.
No, what's the other one we picked?
Skyclave
Relic. Just because it makes more artifacts.
Yeah, it kind of fits into that same spot, even though Gilded does make a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I like Gilded Lotus too. But also our curve isn't super high where we need. Like we have a few bigger drops,
Mm-hmm.
but with reductions and the ramp that we have, we actually
because we also have this, which is like a huge reduction. We have the Sapphire Medallion. We're playing we're playing 3 artifact reducers, which is we're playing the Foundry Inspector and the Joyer's Familiar.
Right.
And the Foundry Inspector.
So yeah, it's 3 reducers. We actually had kind of pseudo 4 until we got rid of the Artificer's class.
Yes. But Artificer's class is just worse. Alright, so we gotta cut some more cards. Do we still like all of these?
Oh, also Tezzeret the Seeker could also untap Nyx Lotus, which is also a lot of fun.
Yes.
With him in play, that's plus 4 mana.
Mm-hmm.
I think Betrayer of the Flesh is like my least favorite. The ultimate's nice, but that ultimate is also mandatory and could deck yourself.
Okay.
I think
Uh,
those two are fine. Fine. The one that makes Thopters and the one that draws you 2 cards is nice.
okay. Hmm. Let's count the ramp and see if we can cut down. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kind of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Kind of.
If he's in play, he's making mana.
Yes, 12, 13,
And a
and
myriad.
yep, 14.
So that's 14 plus 3 reducers
We could definitely
and
go
two
down. So
and
what?
2 sack outlet rampers.
So what would we go down on?
Um, honestly, I actually would. Usually I would say the creature ones but the fact that they work better with our commander, maybe it's like
Yeah, I'd prefer to keep the even if they're like a little slower. Uh, like the Burnish Heart and the those like. What do you like more, Burnish Heart or Palladium Mirror?
in this deck I think I like Burnished Heart just because the sack does work with our commander.
Okay. All right.
It's a goddamn pupper. Sorry, I'm having fun in the chat.
Uh huh. Uh.
Excuse me, I'm just dying. Huh.
I guess it would be the Relic, right?
I
I
guess.
guess it's the worst one. Is making our commander big a meme?
Okay, or what about Sapphire Medallion? Because it doesn't affect everything, and it doesn't hit our artifacts.
Okay. The thing is, a lot of the artifacts are blue, but it's fine. It's
But
fine.
then there's also a lot that aren't, though.
Okay. We got 4 more cuts.
Man, I like all of these cards. I don't want to cut anything. Do we say that maybe we don't need Shimmer Dragon? He's
No.
cool, but like I think we have a potential draw enough as is. We have all the cast draws. We have if you tap looting. We have sack drawing. We have spell drawing.
Hmm. He's also kind of good for the combo because he can tap them before we're gonna like sap them as well.
That is true too.
So maybe like the Unctus is worse.
Yeah, I think I'm just a little scared of Unctus sometimes because again it is that mandatory draw and we're not playing a deck out mechanic. And I wouldn't want to run one just because if we happen to draw Unctus and draw a bazillion cards.
And is it a joke to make our commander big or?
No, because remember our commander can't be blocked by non-artifact. Can't be except he can only be blocked by artifacts. So that could actually just commander kill somebody.
That is true.
Because if you're playing against someone who's like playing a green deck and they don't run artifact creatures, you just go slide that on, and now you're dead. You think about
No,
Thopter
no,
Spy
no.
Network?
Thopter Spy is at least 3 draws a turn with the amount of creatures we play. And our commander is also an artifact, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so no, we need that. That's good. And it makes 1/1s that work with him as well. So no, that is
And
this
the
is the deck
dream.
that Thopter Spy Network is saying.
Yeah.
This is the dream deck for Thopter Spy Network.
I think
I think we can. We're like pretty low curved, all things considering.
like the things
Uh,
we want to play early
there's
game are
only
just
the yeah. This doesn't really count because that just pays for itself. And then the only high cost of things we have are 6,
is 6.
and then we still have a lot of ramp. And also, we're not forgetting about our boy over here that makes a fuck
Yeah.
ton of mana, as
Yeah, it
is.
does.
So like,
Is Archetype Imagine worth the investment? Yes, because it makes your board unblockable. And
Yeah,
if we're going
so
for creature shenanigans,
one thing that's the problem with decks like this, especially if you want to run things like Biden and Thassa, is like my one little Thopter playing against like a dragon deck, like what do you do? And dragon decks are super popular right now. Or like even like any of those decks right now that like are popular, like having like immunity to attacking, which is why me and him have been putting like Archetype and Sun Quan and like any blue deck that wants to play creatures and like things that can attack, like having a free attack and like not having to worry about anything is great.
yeah, because
That's
basically
we
archetype says
chose
you have flying.
right. We chose for the other one to be a Chromos, even though that's not like it's not perfect. A Chromos like Sun Quan is definitely better, but like a Chromos goes with the artifact theme, so like we normally we would just want to run this in Sun Quan. Like here, let me show you an example of where it was really good in a deck that we just made for a
Well,
friend.
I could tell you about it because someone was playing a Kraken deck against us for their first time playing, slammed that down, and swung 36 damage in the air that we couldn't block or deal with.
So here's a budget deck that we made for our friend Joe, right?
Oh yeah, the fire.
The he asked for $170 budget deck, right? So we ended up playing all the things that draw because like pirates, like if you're playing Grixis and you're trying to play a creature deck, like uh it's hard to draw. So like you play Archetype of Imagination and you play Sun Quan, and now like all those problems just like go out the window. Also, the commander is really broken if your creatures like aren't blocked because they can steal any non-land permanent that a player controls, which is really annoying with impunity. And also a lot of the like creatures have abilities when they hit as well. So like those like, and then also we like running Strixhaven Stadium as well. Do you think you have enough sack outlets or maybe too many? No, we only have two. So
Well, we
definitely
actually have more than that because size is a sack outlet.
right, but that costs mana. Like I think that that's more of like a draw enabler than like a true sack outlet because it's a lot of mana.
And then every one of our tutors could be whatever we need them to be. So those and could also end up being our other sack outlets because they tutor for them.
If you want to see, we only have the Ashnod. We didn't end up playing Phyrexian. We only ended up playing the Ashnod and the KCI. Yeah, which is that's fine. And then like like Derek said, every tutor that we play is just another copy of those. And we need a lot of pieces to win with our infinites, but like we're also trying to just like kill them with combat damage. And when this deck like struggles having big creatures, if you're not like playing like a bunch of Eldrazi's or something, like you need stuff like this where you get to attack with impunity.
Oh yeah, playing a Mycosynth Golem and then getting to play Karn, and now Karn's an 11/11. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that to be unblocked because it doesn't give him he doesn't have trample
or Master of Ethereum. Like it's kind of crazy. Yes.
Master Ethereum with Sharding Sphinx. Let's make like
and then,
make like 6.
This is why I like Steel Overs here because like all the counters stay. It's so good. And then there's the Cyber Drive Awakener as well, which is other artifact creatures you control that flying. So that's another way. Oh, that's another way to give. Okay, so we're good. We're definitely good. But remember, this is the best version if you can play it because it's giving you flying and they're losing flying. Nothing else is worded like this. Like a Chromas is good because you get flying, but if you play against a dragon deck within a Chromas Memorial, sometimes it's not going to be enough. Like a Chromas and this is sometimes not going to be enough. And like I said, dragon decks are very popular right now. So like, or any deck that has flying.
There's also randomly just a lot of really good flying things that people play.
Yeah, the only thing you lose to is reach, which is like very rare nowadays. So
yeah, that's a green deck. But green decks are kind of meant to bully flying.
All right, let's see how many left we need to cut. It's 3 cards. I really think this is gonna be good in there. Also, spells not being countered when we're trying to combo seems like great. This card seems kind of correct.
It is kind of good.
Tameo seems good. And like this looks like more of like a fun level, and I love Tameo at like a fun level.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Tom, I also forgot didn't we run Ancient Tomb?
Yes, we do have Ancient Tomb in there, yes.
Oh, that's another kind of ramp.
Yes, it is kind of ramp. Because the person gave us no budget, so we're like, okay, you tell us no budget,
Oh,
then
the
we're
wind really
we're just
picked up.
going with that.
Supposed to get cold tonight.
Maybe we just say fuck both of these.
I know. Yeah, screw it. Yeah, yeah. We have Psychonographed, and we have Meteor Golem and stuff. Yeah, that's that. That's how Derek likes to play. It's like, screw the removal. We're just gonna combo. We don't care. We have 3 different combos. We're gonna find one of them, and he ain't stopping us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the funny thing about my But if we get that ultimate though,
I know. Also, the plus, it's a plus to make 1/1s, so I like that. And then the 0 is also very useful. We get to draw 2 cards as long as we control 3 artifacts, which our commander's already won, so it's pretty good.
and by the time we have like 5 mana in play or 4
Okay,
mana,
so
whatever.
it's 1 more card.
Solemn Simulacrum. We don't. We don't.
We can also we could cut a land. Like, it's not the highest curve deck in the world. I could just cut an island. 35 is definitely fine for this deck.
All right, sounds good to me.
Also, like, it's a deck that plays like Mox Opal as well. Like, it shouldn't be a problem. Let's take a look at our lands really quick to make sure we didn't miss anything. Is there any like artifact lands that we want to play or anything
No,
that
I
you
think
think
this is fine.
You guys have anything that you think before we send it and try it out? I think we did pretty good with it.
Oh, we revealed Tom just had to update his drivers. Look at this guy.
Yes.
Being a responsible computer owner.
But all right, we're gonna send it.
All right, you let us cook. Let's see what happens.
$800.
Which is like 3 cards that make it like an extra like like almost $100 each. Or like 2. Never mind. Does have Emery, but nothing. It doesn't really do anything else.
We can play our commander.